In this video, I'm going to explain you what you did wrong up to now and why you are getting fat day by day, month by month, year by year, and you cannot get in shape as you want. Ciao, my name is Mike from Herbalife's Changing Formula team. And I guide people to reach their best shape ever and to regain energy like they want. If you want to have access to all our topics, subscribe the channel here and hit the bell in order to be always informed to the new topic and new content that we are going to upload. So, why you cannot reach your perfect shape and your perfect body, okay, body shape. This one is the main question that all the people ask me all the time. And I used to answer, it's not you. It's not your body. It's a situation that you don't know exactly what's going on in your body. So you cannot change your situation because you don't know the rules. If you know the rules, and in this video, we are going to talk about the rules that moves your body and why it's storing lipids, it's storing fats. And when you have all this information, then you can understand exactly what you have to change in your life, so have a new lifestyle. And in this way, you have the information to reach what you want. I can always follow you in different steps and also give you some tips in order to get your shape faster and easier. This one is the main point. Okay, so we're gonna start with some notes that I have here in order to let you understand exactly the main points that the World Health Organization, the WHO statistics gave us in order to understand what is the situation worldwide. So it's not Mike that is saying like that, but it's the World Health Organization that is telling some consequences of the unbalanced nutrition. This one is something that probably you can recognize in your life. For example, is when you have an unbalanced nutrition, you can have fatigue, you can have headache, stomach problem, intestinal problem, allergies, hair loss, depression, attention deficit, loss of muscle, stones, bad mood. And then there are always other things that we can add. For example, arthrosis, skin problem, some types of tumors, osteoporosis, insomnia, and overweight. This one is the main point. But with the overweight, we have some other things. For example, we have type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure. We have also breathing problems, joint problems, physiological problem, and poor quality of life. Probably you recognize some of them. Probably you have some of them. In the past, I had something like this one. For example, I had stomach problem, I had a skin problem, insomnia. And when I changed a couple of rules, then my life changed completely and I regained my body energy, I regained my best shape because I lose more than 10 kilos. And also, this is what I explain to the people in order to guide them to change their life and also to make them conscious of what's going on in their body. So this one is the main point that the WHO is telling us, and it's normal. This is normal because rules change and habits in specific change in our life. For example, we have to understand that only in the last 30 years, people ate an average of 200 kilos of food per year per person. And in the last 30 years, we increased more than 50% this average. So we passed from 200 kilos to 300 kilos. So only this one, increasing the quantity of food, this one is going to obviously increase our weight. But this one is not the main reason why you are gaining fat day by day. The main point is that, first of all, we used to fill our stomach instead of nourishing our organism. So this one is the main point. We have to change our mind, the mindset that we have, in order to understand the first point. The first point is that we don't have to introduce food just to fill our stomach. I understand that fill our stomach, is gonna bring us really comfortable, really relaxed and peaceful. So we are really happy when we eat. It's not like sex, but it's almost like that, okay? So it's like to have a really situation that satisfy ourselves. But on the other side, we have to understand that our body is like a car, okay? So we have to drive, and our car bring us from one point to another point. Is our life, this one, okay? And if we maintenance in the right way our car, so our body, we can have a fabulous life. We can live a fantastic life in order to appreciate everything that we have. Because if we reach one point on our journey and we have all the disease that we discussed just a little before, then we are going to have some problem in our body. And this one is going to increase other things that bring us in a deeper situation with our, it's not only to be fat, but also with other disease that this is not the topic, and this is not one that we are going to discuss in this video. But we discuss in other video about this topic. So the main point is the type of food that we are gonna to introduce, and this one is the second point that we have to understand. What happened? So when we introduce in specific sugar, and this one is the main point that we will discuss later. When we introduce sugar in our body, what happened? Happened that we have a peak of blood glucose, and then we have the insulin that follow this one in order to bring back internally on a standard gap, okay, that our body has to keep. And in this moment, when the insulin bring down the blood glucose, the quantity of blood glucose necessary for our energy is used in order to make all the things that we want to do, to cook, to run, to talk with people, to relax, to maintain our body in a status of energy, because we consume energy even if we stay laid down on our sofa or all these things, okay, on a chair. But the quantity, the surplus of blood glucose that is not used in our body is not expulsed by our body, but is stored in our body, like in our belly, in our legs, in all our bodies, like fat, is lipids, okay? So the quantity that is not used by our body, is going to repeat this point because it's very important. The quantity that is in excess, this one is going to store like a lipid. So what we have to do is to try to understand exactly this blood glucose in order to reduce this one the most that we can, so the insulin cannot go over and bring back the blood glucose in the right standard. And this one is not to storing any more fat in our belly, in our legs, or our body. This one is the main point that we have to understand really, really well. So what happened? What most of the people doesn't know is the distribution of the food during the day. This one is the third point that is really, really important. So the main one is the breakfast. Then we have the lunch, and then we have the dinner. So here in Italy, I don't know if it's common also all around the world, but here we say that you have to have a breakfast like a king, a lunch like a prince, and a dinner like a pauper. Because the breakfast is the main meal that you have to have, and is the main meal, and it's really, really important in order to bring all the day long in the right way, with the right energy, and with all the quantity of carbohydrate, protein, and good fat that your body needs to make your journey, that is your day. And it's like a journey with your car. So we are going to bring back the car that I discussed before. So if you want to have a journey with your car, you're going to refill your tank with gasoline, okay? And you're going to make a full tank, because if you're going to bring half tank or a little bit lower, you can reach just one part of your journey, and then you have to stop and make another gasoline, and then you have to stop another gasoline. It's like the food. So when you're going to have your breakfast, it's really important to have your breakfast that is full of all the micro and micronutrients that your body needs in order to have your journey, so your day that is full of energy. Otherwise, you have to make another snack, and then the lunch, another snack, and then another snack, and then the dinner, and then another snack, and all the time is always like a roller coaster of the blood glucose, the insulin, and all the time you're gonna do like that in the morning, and then in the lunch, and then in the first afternoon, and then in the dinner, and then in the night, and then you're gonna sleep, and you're gonna bring back from the beginning, and every day is like that. It's a roller coaster between blood glucose, insulin, and storing fat. And day by day, you're gonna storing 2 grams of fat every single day. So you can understand that at the end of the month, you have more than 60 grams, and at the end of the year, you have half kilo, and then after year by year, you can increase this quantity of fat in your body really fast. So we have to understand that the breakfast is the main meal and the best one that you have to do in order to have your new dinner, your day in the best way ever. So what is important to do during the breakfast? Breakfast means that we are coming from a fasting that reaching from the last dinner that we had, and we are gonna sleep. We don't eat for 6, 7, 8 hours. And when we are gonna reach our breakfast, we need to introduce all the nutrients that we need. Nutrients, it means that we need to introduce carbohydrates, we need to introduce proteins, we need to introduce good fat, because all the 3 are important, and also vitamins and all the other things that are necessary for our body. So, like minerals, for example, okay? So, if we have to bring all these things in our body, okay? So, from all the other foods, we need to wake up probably one hour earlier in order to cook everything, or we have to cook in the dinner, and this one is gonna take time, and all the people have not time because they have to rush to work or go to one place or another place or whatever it is. So, or there are people that don't used to have breakfast during the morning. It's the same thing. So if you don't have breakfast in the morning, what happens is that you have a lower situation of the blood glucose, but immediately you're going to be you can feel fatigue, okay? You're lazy, and then you need like a coffee with sugar or a snack with sugar, and then this one is going to bring back with your energy, but it's not the content. It's not what is inside what you are eating, but it's the sugar that is going to bring you. Sugar is like a drug, okay? It's like bring you up and down, up and down, up and down all the time. So if you don't eat during the breakfast, you have a down, and then you're gonna hit a snack with sugar, and you're gonna up, and then the insulin bring back this blood glucose, and again the roller coaster. So it's the same situation. Even if you have a breakfast with sugar-based, you don't have breakfast, or you have breakfast, a salad breakfast, but for example, salt breakfast, with all these things are with a lot of fat, with a lot of grass, so all these things that are not really good for our body, okay, and health. So what we have to do is, now we understood that breakfast is really important. We have to lower the sugar. We need to nourish our body in the right way, and breakfast is the main point. Then all the other lunch and dinner, we can adjust them in order to introduce the things that our body needs in order to reach the end. But the breakfast is the main point. So we have other videos. We have another video, and if you want to look at this video, we explain you how you can do this breakfast in a different way with Herbalife. What I used to make it during the last 5 years, every day, is a complete new breakfast, a type of breakfast. Is really easy, it's really fast, it's really, nobody needs to understand what they have to bring, because Herbalife already brought all the nutrients and all the ingredients, natural ingredients inside, in order to make the things really, really easy and fast. So what you have to do is just to bring all the ingredients that I explained in this other video that is free for you. You have just to click on the link below to understand what you have to do for this breakfast. And when you're gonna make this breakfast, you're gonna regain your energy, you're gonna lose your weight day by day, because you're gonna squeeze the blood glucose inside your body, and at the end you can, day by day, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to think about it. You have to avoid carbohydrates. You have to avoid these things. You have to avoid meat or anything. You can eat whatever you want. Obviously, you have to adjust some other things. And I'm here to bring you to your situation right now, to another point of your life, in order to lose weight, regain energy, and get fit really easy. So, again, the main point that we discussed today are why at the end you cannot, what you did wrong up to now is because probably you didn't know that you are eating sugar in many of the foods that you have around you. If you're gonna bring all the things that you have in your kitchen, or you eat outside, okay, like a fast food or something like that, there is a lot of sugar inside of that. Also, drinks, for example. I don't want to bring any brand here in this video, but there are many drinks that contain a lot of sugar. So water is the best thing that you can drink all the time. And this is another topic that we discuss in another video that is really important about hydration, okay, in your body. So to be hydrated all the time is really important, also to lose weight. And so have a breakfast in a different way with Herbalife Nutrition. It's really fast. There are 3 different steps, really easy. In 5 minutes, you can make your breakfast with all the nutrients that you need, micro and macronutrients, vitamins and mineral that are really important. In the other video, you can find all the information that you need. And this one is the first step for you to change your life and to be another person, definitely. So if you want to be better, do better. Ciao.